Friends, this is the story of a parasite that enters people's brains through their ears and takes complete control over their entire brain. Now, let's see what this parasite will make humans do after controlling them. At the beginning of the story, we see many parasites and strange, creepy creatures emerging from a dirty sea and starting to move toward the city. After this, we see a husband and wife sleeping peacefully, but then a parasite comes and enters the man's ear. For a while, the man writhes in pain, but then he becomes calm. Too calm. Something inside him has already changed forever. His wife has no idea that the man sleeping next to her is no longer human. Next, we see a boy named Shinichi. He was listening to music peacefully when another parasite tries to enter his ear. But since Shinichi had earphones on, the parasite instead enters through his nose. Shinichi tells his mom that something pricked his hand, but his mom says he's joking. She comes to him, pulls one hand away from the other, and sees nothing there. She says, "You're starting to have illusions," and leaves. Shinichi wonders where that prick went. You can feel something is already wrong, but no one believes him yet. The next morning, while Shinichi is having breakfast, we see the same man from earlier. His right hand has turned into a strange creature with many eyes. Before his wife can understand anything, the man eats his wife, meaning the parasite has completely taken over his brain. That man is gone forever. Now we see Shinichi again, going to school with his friend Satomi. But Shinichi's behavior has changed a bit today, and he has no control over his right hand. He touches Satomi inappropriately, and she gets angry and leaves. This was not Shinichi. It was the parasite inside his hand acting out. Then in class, his eraser falls. When he reaches to pick it up, his hand stretches and grabs it from far away. Shinichi is shocked but doesn't say anything. Later, while playing basketball, Shinichi uses that same hand to shoot the ball into the hoop from far away, a shot no normal human could make. His friends cheer, but Shinichi knows something is terribly wrong. He is confused and scared. What is happening to his hand? Shinichi is confused about what's happening to his hand, so he goes home and searches online. Then an eye appears from his hand. Shocked, he sees it, but the eye goes back inside. He's about to cut his hand to take the eye out when his hand turns into a big snake and scares him. Then it turns into a small creature. Shinichi is terrified, but then the creature speaks. "I'm starving." Shinichi asks, "What's happened to my hand?" The creature mimics him. Then it says, "I've eaten your hand." It asks Shinichi to teach it how to talk. Meanwhile, we see the same man whose body the parasite has taken over completely. That parasite tells Shinichi that it was trying to take over his whole body, but since Shinichi restricted it to his hand, it could only control the hand. Now they are connected. The creature says, "You are my host, and I can't do anything without my host." It asks Shinichi to call it Miji. This changes everything. Shinichi now has a parasite living inside his hand, but his brain is still his own. For now. Miji reads many books through Shinichi at school and learns about humans. It watches students practicing fighting and learns fighting skills just by observing. Every punch, every kick, every move. Then in painting class, Satomi comes and warns Shinichi, "If you do that again, I'll kill you." She looks at his painting and leaves. She doesn't realize a monster is sitting right next to her. At night, while Shinichi is bathing, Miji says, "I need to investigate your body," and examines Shinichi's whole body. One day, on a bus, Miji senses another parasite nearby. Shinichi gets off and goes to a shop, where they see a man whose body is also taken over by a parasite, eating a normal person. That man also senses that Shinichi has a parasite and offers him human meat. But then he realizes Shinichi's brain is still under his own control, and the parasite is only on his hand. Miji senses danger and says, "He's going to kill you now, run." Shinichi tries to escape, but can't open the door. The man comes, cuts off his own hand, and asks Miji to leave Shinichi's hand and come to his. But Miji and Shinichi have become good friends, so Miji refuses. Miji then fights the parasite to save Shinichi. Using the fighting moves Miji saw at school, Miji separates the parasite's brain from its body, killing it. Shinichi escapes through the back door, barely alive. This was a close call. Shinichi can't tell his mom anything. Many people have gone missing in the city, and their bodies are being found, but no one knows parasites are killing and eating them. Shinichi asks Miji to tell his parasite friends not to kill and eat people. Miji replies, "Our food is humans. Just like you humans eat vegetables and animals by killing them, we eat live humans." Since Miji is attached to Shinichi, as long as Shinichi lives, Miji lives, and Miji gets food from Shinichi's body, so Miji doesn't need to kill humans. Miji also threatens Shinichi. "If you try to get rid of me, I'll kill you." Shinichi calls him a demon and goes to sleep. Meanwhile, two police officers find the parasite's dead body at the shop and learn that the dead man had eaten human meat. They start investigating. The next day at school, Miji senses another parasite like himself that has taken over a human. The principal introduces a new teacher, Tamiya Ryoko. Miji and Shinichi realize Tamiya is that parasite. Tamiya also senses, using her parasite senses, that Shinichi is connected to a parasite. Shinichi goes to Tamiya and she says, "Don't touch me." Tamiya is very different from other parasites. She has done many experiments, even getting pregnant by cooperating with another parasite to see what the child would become. Shinichi asks why she's at school. She says she just wants to live like normal people. She notices Satomi watching and tells Shinichi to meet her after school so Satomi doesn't think he's fallen for the new teacher. After school, Shinichi meets Tamiya. She has called two other parasites, a high school student named Shimada and an officer named Mr. A. Tamiya explains that to survive, parasites must cooperate and form a network, sharing information so they can hide from humans and hunt for food. She invites Shinichi to join. Shinichi refuses, calling them monsters. Tamiya agrees they are monsters. She reveals that she and Mr. A experimented, and she became pregnant. When Miji says that means she's carrying a human baby because she used a human body, Tamiya asks, "Then who are we? If we're carrying human babies, what are we really?" She says their purpose in living is unclear, which is why she created the network and is thinking about the future of parasites. She threatens Shinichi. If he doesn't join them or tries to act against them, she'll destroy the entire school in 3 seconds. Scared, Shinichi watches them leave. Miji warns Shinichi to be careful of Mr. A. He doesn't trust him. Later, we see Mr. A and Shimada eating humans. They go to Tamiya, who is experimenting on herself, eating human-like food instead of humans to try to live like them. She says to survive among humans, they must think like humans. Shinichi is worried, but can't tell his mom. He asks her to stay home because there are many parasites outside, but she doesn't take him seriously. One night, on his way home, Shinichi encounters Mr. A, who knows Shinichi and Miji killed the parasite at the shop. Mr. A attacks Shinichi. Miji fights him in a fierce battle. Shinichi then stabs an iron pipe into Mr. A's body, causing him to bleed heavily. The parasite weakens and falls. Shinichi runs home. But Mr. A leaves his body and hides on the road. Shinichi's mom passes by, and the parasite enters her body. This is the moment everything falls apart. Miji senses the parasite coming toward them and tells Shinichi to hide. Shinichi's mom comes home. Miji realizes Mr. A is now in her body. Shinichi can't believe it. The parasite directly attacks Shinichi's heart, wounding him. Shinichi falls, with a hole in his chest. He is dying. To save Shinichi, Miji goes into his heart. Days pass. Miji returns to Shinichi's heart, and Shinichi wakes up fully healed. Miji explains he left a part of himself in Shinichi's heart to repair it, saving his life. But Shinichi isn't happy to be alive. He feels he has nothing left to live for and cries bitterly. The next day, Shinichi meets Satomi on the road. She tries to talk, but Shinichi's behavior has changed again. He ignores her and runs straight to Tamiya. He asks where Mr. A is. Tamiya pretends not to know, though she knows everything. Miji tells her Mr. A left the police officer's body and took Shinichi's mom's body. Shinichi says Mr. A was connected to you, so you must know where he is. Tamiya refuses to tell him. Shinichi pulls a knife to threaten her, but Tamiya catches it and throws it back at him, purposely missing. She leaves. The police officers find Mr. A's original body and realize the same person who killed the shop owner also killed this officer. They are confused because this officer also ate humans before dying. Rumors have spread in the city that parasites are hiding inside human bodies, but most think it's just gossip. Shinichi searches everywhere for his mom. One day, he comes to a place where politicians are asking for votes. Miji and Shinichi sense that one politician is a parasite, and there are many others there too. Miji is shocked that parasites have advanced so far as to enter politics. He happily says, "One day, parasites will take over the whole world." The two police officers come to Shinichi's house, suspicious of him. Shinichi cleverly lies to them, and they leave. After many days, Shinichi returns to school. Shimada has been transferred to their school by Tamiya to keep an eye on Shinichi. Meanwhile, the officers learn a way to identify parasites. If you pluck a hair from a human with a parasite, the hair will curl. Shinichi meets Satomi, who offers to make him dinner. While shopping, they find a dead puppy on the road. Shinichi picks it up and throws it in the trash. Satomi is horrified. Shinichi says, "It's just bones and a body now. Nothing else is left." Shinichi has started thinking like a parasite. Satomi leaves him, but Shinichi doesn't care. The next day in art class, a girl jokingly plucks a hair from Shimada, and it turns black and curls. The girls realize Shimada is a parasite. Shimada knows his secret is out and attacks them, turning into a monster. The girls scream. Satomi bravely throws a chemical at Shimada, burning him, but this enrages him, and he attacks wildly. Many girls die. Shinichi arrives to find several dead. Miji calms him and tells him to be brave. Shinichi rescues Satomi. Shinichi fights him. Tamiya arrives, tells Shimada to calm down, then throws a bomb and leaves. Shinichi takes Satomi downstairs. Shimada survives and kills the police officers. Shinichi turns Miji into a bow, shoots an iron rod like an arrow into Shimada, killing him. Tamiya appears and gives Shinichi the address of Mr. A, his mom. Shinichi goes there and finds his mom. He follows her to a bridge. Miji gets sleepy, turns into a weapon, and falls asleep. Shinichi fights Mr. A using that weapon. He's about to kill Mr. A when he hears his mom's voice. Her consciousness is still partially alive. Mr. A attacks, but his mom's consciousness makes her hand save Shinichi. Reluctantly, Shinichi has to kill his own mom to destroy Mr. A. When Miji wakes up, Shinichi tells him everything and cries. The parasite politician wins the election. Humans now know about parasites and are planning an operation to save themselves. Shinichi goes to the hospital to meet Satomi and decides he will hunt down and kill all parasites. Someone watches him and takes a photo of Shinichi with Miji. And with this ending, the story remains incomplete, friends. If you want to see its second part, like this video and comment next part. If you like this video, please like it and subscribe. See you in the next video.